Hello friends, welcome back. Today we're gonna be making a delicious snack. This is perfect for the weekend or when friends are over. This is going to be loaded sweet potato nachos. So of course, we're not going to be using fried tortillas. We're gonna be using sweet potatoes instead. And we're gonna top it off with some black beans, some onion, and our favorite sauces. And of course, we're gonna be making a healthy sour cream, which is gonna have a silken tofu base. Don't knock it till you try it, you're gonna love it. We're also gonna go ahead and put some avocado. I found this one at Trader Joe's. It's only avocados, vinegar, water, jalapeno peppers, salt, some onion and garlic, so super healthy. This is going to be a very quick recipe. I'm just gonna show you the steps on how you can do it. I'm gonna go ahead and put in the description below how you can make the sweet potato chips in your oven. But I'm gonna be using an air fryer. Usually, nachos are full of processed carbohydrates due to the tortillas, and they contain lots and lots of saturated fat from the sour cream and the meat that most people put on top of their nachos. Today, we are redefining nachos. We're gonna make them healthy. We're gonna be using high fiber foods that are low in saturated fat. That is the perfect combination of foods that you want to be eating if you want to improve your blood sugar numbers and your overall health. So let's go ahead and get started. First, we're gonna start by cutting the sweet potato evenly and thinly. The thinner you make it, the more crispy the sweet potato is going to get. Now put them in an air frying rack evenly. Okay, now let's bring it to the air fryer. It's going to be at 375 for 20 minutes. Okay, now that the sweet potatoes are in the air fryer, we have some time to make the silken tofu sour cream. So for this one, it's super simple. I'm just gonna be using a NutriBullet. We're gonna be using some white vinegar, garlic, lemon, and extra firm silken tofu. All right, let's go ahead and get started with the silken tofu sour cream. So first, a clove of garlic. All right, throw it in there. I'm using this tofu that I found at the Japanese market. Half a lemon. Tablespoon of white wine vinegar. A little bit of salt. All right, now let's go ahead and put it in the NutriBullet. Little shake. All right, the sour cream should be ready. Should look like this inside. If it's a little too thick, you can certainly put a little bit more lime juice in there. That's the sour cream. It's perfect. Now let's see if it passes the taste test. Let's see. Fantastic. Okay, for this recipe, we're going to be using just a quarter of an onion. And here is a little trick to make your onion taste a little bit less intense. You are going to put it in some water with ice for about 10 minutes or so. Then throw it all in the water, and then we'll take care of mincing it later on. All right, now let's go ahead and chop up our cilantro. Make sure you wash it very well before using it. I'll use about this much for this recipe. I like the stem and all, so keep the stem in there and then just start chopping your cilantro. Okay, so the onions have been in water for about 10 minutes now. Now they're ready to mince. Of course, if you want to use more onions, feel free. I'm just gonna use this much for this recipe. And just like the cilantro, we're gonna start cutting just like that. I'm not a chef, so this is my best technique. All right, now we're just gonna start assembling our plate of sweet potatoes. Perfect. All right, now it's time to assemble your toppings. So we're gonna start with some black beans. These are straight from the can. They were rinsed very, very well. And now you just put them on top of your sweet potatoes. Perfect. Now, next is your onion. Make sure to put it all over. Try to distribute it evenly. We're gonna go ahead and put some guacamole from Trader Joe's. A couple scoops, one right here, one right there. Then your homemade tofu sour cream. Put them all over here. Perfect. All right. And finally, your cilantro. Okay, then you can just put your favorite hot sauce on top. I'm just gonna use some Tabasco in there. Just like that. Perfect. It's time for the taste test. So let's grab a sweet potato chip, a little bit of sour cream, a little guac in there, a little bit of guac. Let's see. It's actually really good. Let me serve one up for you.